Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. You know, the day after. Oh, I just got my forehead out on camera. But yeah, last night was Night of Champions, WWE Night of Champions premium live event, not pay per view because whatever. Right. In Saudi Arabia. Again, like ever since Triple H has been in charge, man, they're never ever disappointing. Obviously, like a match can be disappointing. Like you might not get the person you want to win who wins, but at the end of the day, the show itself is always good. But yeah, start off first match, the World Heavyweight Championship final match. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, that's always a good match, no matter the stakes, right? And especially because it was for the first ever World Heavyweight Championship, well, first ever World Heavyweight Champion. I'm glad Rollins won. I think Rollins needed the win for AJ to be out so long and not have a buzz on him. He hasn't had AJ Styles hasn't had a buzz since 2019, so I think it didn't feel right. You need to build Styles back up, and that, which they were doing, but it doesn't happen in 2 weeks. So I was glad Rollins won. It was a great match to watch as well. Just nothing to complain about, really, is there? What was after that match? There was Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Yeah, again, very good match. Trish Stratus wasn't rusty. Thank God they brought back a legend who wasn't ring rusty. Did very well, and then that added another spark to the flame because Zoe Stark came from under the ring, attacked Becky Lynch, and that's the reason why Trish Stratus won. So that means when Lita comes back, we're probably going to have Lita and Becky versus Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark. That's a good setup. Great match. Enjoyed it. Great storyline. Sometimes I either want a great match or I want a great storyline. Both of them is chef's kiss, but just one of them's all you need. And I had Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. Again, there wasn't much big of a story, but there didn't really need to be, We need Gunther's been a long range champion. We need a challenger. We've got a challenger. He won a battle royal. He's going in Saudi Arabia. I don't want to get it wrong. I believe he's Arabian himself, not Saudi Arabian. I don't know. But that is culture. I do believe. I'm gonna be cancelled for being racist or something. But yeah, and the match was good. And some people are gonna be like, "Oh, the match was like 10 minutes. It can't be good." But even a short match can be good, right? It doesn't need to be extra long. Like how many times? Yeah, that was good. Then we had Bianca Belair, Asuka. Really, really, really happy with this match because again, the match wasn't bad in itself. The story kind of makes sense, Asuka won the chance to hit WrestleMania. She lost at WrestleMania, but she come back, still angry, still continuing the feud. And then Asuka cheats her way to win out the title because Bianca's had this long reign. And although I agree, Bianca as a champion is a great thing, Bianca's really talented. She needs to be champion, but the reign was getting boring. Let's be honest. She hasn't had an exciting she's had good matches, but she has an exciting rivalry since Becky Lynch. And Asuka kind of did that, and Asuka took the belt, and hopefully there's some new. Maybe even if she gives the belt back to Bianca, at least make it a good storyline. You know what I mean? Because I was getting bored of Bianca as Raw Women's Champion. She was just defending against Damage Control or just like other small competitors. But yeah, that was good. I'm glad Asuka won. I'm glad Triple H could see that it was getting boring. Because, I like what they're doing now. They're making championships way more prestigious. Roman Reigns had the titles for 1,000 days. Rhea Ripley, she's an unstoppable champion. Bianca Belair had the title for over a year. Gunther's had the title for nearly a year. Austin Theory's had it for a long time. Usos had it for a long time. I'm glad to know that I'm glad they're making the titles more prestigious, but it was time for a change because there's having a prestigious and a good title run, and then it's just holding on to it for a long time and it becomes boring, and that's what was happening with Bianca. Gunther, it works because it's with his gimmick and it's just it's still kind of entertaining, and it's a mid-card title. It's not like there's you need someone to keep doing that. It doesn't get really boring really because no one really cares about championship. They care about championship reign, but no one's overly bothered about it. Whereas a world title, you want it to be good, and Roman Reigns is still doing that, which is good, obviously. Then we had, was it Rhea Ripley versus Natalya? SmackDown Women's Championship. Straight domination from Rhea Ripley. Honestly, I'm not too mad at that either because you're trying to establish as a champion. The Natalia match was just thrown together. I don't know why. They did like one run in on each other, so like there was no feud again. And plus Natalia, like, his style gets boring. It's not like an exciting like in ring style. She's a great wrestler, but like the style's boring. Then we had Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. The second one, I'm loving the rivalry. Brock Lesnar lost his chance against Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes asking for another chance. Lesnar goes to team up with him, turns on him. Then they do the whole fight thing. Cody gets a roll-up win, right? But then in this one, he broke Cody's arm, attacked him, and he looked dominant. I'm glad Triple H is making him look dominant again, because ever since he come back to fight Roman Reigns, ever since he come back without Paul Heyman, they've been making him look average. They've been making him lose more than he's winning. He's not looking like the same Brock Lesnar. Even if you're going to make him lose, because I get it, you don't want him to take the title off of Roman. But even when you make him lose, make him still look strong, you know what I mean? Like what they used to, right? And I know you don't want the strong, dominant, boring Lesnar, but like it's part of his character. You can't then make him look weak. And I'm glad that's what they did, because Cody Rhodes made him look strong in the promos, made it look like it was a massive task for Cody, and Cody had to roll him up in Puerto Rico to win. Then this time in Saudi Arabia, Brock Lesnar destroyed him again, though Cody Rhodes had a broken arm. So we're just setting up the next part, because the first one, Cody got a roll-up win. The next one, Lesnar won clean, but Cody Rhodes had a broken arm. And Cody Rhodes is either going to want to get it back on him for having the broken arm, or just because to finish the feud, they're 1-1. But the heel won. But this time, if they're going at it again, Money in the Bank, which is in London. First time they fought Puerto Rico, Saudi Arabia, and then imagine London. Like, none of these fights happened in America as well. They all happened on the international stages. If you've noticed, the international stages have a bigger crowd reaction, because America's so used to having WWE there, the crowds get boring. You forget there's a buzz. Then you go to somewhere like, you go to Saudi Arabia, there's a bit more like excitement. You're like, oh, other people like WWE. Wow, this is mad. And you go to like England, and there's like rows, there's chants, there's great fans in England, and everyone's like, oh wow, this is amazing. Then you go to Puerto Rico for the fucking like what, first time in, I don't know, first time in forever since like the 80s. That fucking crowd. Gee, I know we're not talking about Backlash, but Jesus Christ, that crowd, I still can't get over it, right? But yeah, I'm overall really happy with that match. Brock Lesnar won. I like Brock Lesnar, what can I say? I like Brock Lesnar, I like Kevin Owens, I like the dominant, like strong, like ones who want to smash your fucking face in. You know what I mean? Then we had the main event, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus my boys, my absolute favourite Kevin Owens, and me now second favourite, since his whole bloodline thing, his whole gimmick, he's just shot up in my ratings. Sami Zayn, right? Match was great. I like how they finally get Roman to lose on a big stage, but it's not for the title. He still keeps his title. I'm glad Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retain. But yes, boys, mind me quoting the new tag team on SmackDown. What's the freaking called? Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys. The Usos turned on Roman Reigns, and that's what I wanted. Because now, when the bloodline's crumbling, right, I want there to be a big feud between the bloodline, the Usos versus Roman, Sikoa versus the Usos. Like, it's mad. And then, like, once the bloodline's crumbled, right, Reigns will lose his title or relinquish it, because I believe Reigns is probably going to go on to bigger things, right? He's going to do a Rock and a John Cena, right? He's just going to leave his legacy instead of ruin it. You know what I mean? So that's just, I'm over the moon about that. That was amazing. I didn't get to watch it live, even though I'm such an idiot. I always complain that I can't watch it like live, because it's always like fucking 4 a.m, and I'm like, right? But then when it's in Saudi Arabia, and it's literally 6 p.m. for me, and I'm out with my mates and I missed the whole thing, so I just watch it back when I get home. But I don't care, so that kind of took a bit of it away from me, but I don't care. Overall, the show, 8.5. 8.5 stars out of 10, right? And the reason it's not 10, because 10 has to mean like absolutely everything about it was perfect, and it was flawless, and you couldn't possibly get better than that, and that's just false in it, because like, if it was to be a 10, like, Becky would have to won, You know, all this crazy stuff that just never gonna happen. It's never gonna be a 10. To be a 9 as well, I would say there need to be like more surprising things. It was like one surprising thing, and I was like, actually, no, it was probably 2. Oscar win the title and Usos turn on Reigns. But yeah, apart from that, that's my reactions. I hope you care. You probably don't. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
I'ma keep it easy, scratch tracks, that won't please me. I let that song do the talking. I know you ain't getting away, you ain't walking. Like at the gym, I'm lifting weights. I'ma keep it going at a steady pace. I'm